Hello guys and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to cover even more Scorched Earth Notes, and we're starting here, in this location. Last time we covered everything where I'm pointing to now, on the map there, and today we're going to cover basically everything in this direction, sort of. But before we get into that, if you do find this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. It helps with the algorithm and it supports me. So if you could take the time to do that, I would be very happy. But now let's get right into the notes. So we're starting with the first one. This is again the area that we're at, side of this mountain right here. What would that be? The east side. You can see the desert here and you can see a forest kind of starting there. And this first one is actually very easy to find. What you want to do is just follow the end of this mountain. So just follow it with the desert on your right. So just follow it this way, on the very end here, and eventually you come to this little flat area right here, and if you continue a little bit further, you come to this ruin, a bunch of pillars, a little platform, and we have our first note right there. I'm gonna go get it. Raia Tablet number 6 at 22.2 by 60.7. For this next note, or actually two notes, we're heading up north right here to the north of the mountain. You can now see all of the desert coming together, and this one is actually technically in the desert. But yeah, there's the mountain right there. So just basically our note was over here. Continue following, you get to all of these sandstone. It's kind of like a sandstone maze, as you can see. But if you just kind of follow the edge here of the desert, you should come across this ruin right here. It's technically in the desert, so I'm not quite sure why I didn't cover it when I did the desert notes, but regardless, we have two notes on the same ruin. First is right here, Raia Tablet number 8 at, if I can get the map, there we go, 16.8 by 56.5. And then if we move a little bit further in the same ruin, we have on this little square thing, another note. I'm gonna just try and land. It is Helena Note number 16 at 16.5 by 56.6. Very easy XP right here. Okay, so for this next one, we gotta go on a little detour. We're now back to the start of that mountain again. And at the beginning of this forest. So what you wanna do is, you can see the mountain peak there. This is just roughly the coordinates area, you get it. Look down in the forest and basically just go down, like from the peak, just go down, and you should see, if you kind of point you towards that mountain, or in between the green ob and that mountain, you can see how there is a little ruin. It's not very tall, so it might be hard to spot, but it is fairly big and out there. Rockwell number 16 at 31.2 by 59.7. And then this next one is pretty close by, but it's kind of hard to direct you to. But our last note was over there. There's the mountain peak. There's the green ob. So from that mountain, go towards the green ob. And you should eventually pretty quickly come to like this area we're in right now. You can see some cliffs sort of coming down. I'm just gonna do the gamma up to 5 so you can see better. And when you get to this area, you can see a massive skeleton right there. Kind of pointing towards that mountain, I guess. And then if you go from here, you follow the rib cage this way, with it behind you there. And you get to a little ruin. Look at that. It has the Jugbug Dossier at whatever this is, 35 by 59.7. And then for the next note, we want to head to this location right here, coordinates and map. Basically this very small mountain next to the bigger one. And yeah, I mean, when you're on this mountain, you basically want to move towards the big peak. Stop roughly at the edge here. You can see there's sort of a path going between both mountains. Right here, and if you look on the cliffside on the big mountain, you should spot a little square platform with an Extinction Chronicles note question mark, question mark, question mark, number 11 at 30.6 by 56.2. And then from here, pretty easily, if you fly down in this kind of walkway that we were just at, and you follow it down, you can see we come to this really cool like plateau place where it's all of these overlapping areas. It's kind of like a big canyon, basically. You just follow the path down towards that. You can see the surrounding area is really cool. This is where we are, and as you can see, there is a pretty big ruin right here. At 30, oh, come on, 30.6 by 53.7, Dahkeya Note number 7. And this next one is a bit tricky because it doesn't have a ruin, but it's still pretty easy to find. We're starting here at our previous ruin, and basically, if you look up to the sky, sort of towards the canyon, there's a bridge going across there, and there's kind of a bridge going right here. Head to the one on the left, right here, and then just look to the kind of route here, on the bottom here, and you can see that there is a Rockwell note on the very like edge. Rockwell number 27 at 31.4 by 51.8. Then we're gonna move a little bit up from the canyon, so we want to go back to where we kind of were a little while ago between these two mountains. You can see the walkway just kind of goes up right here. There's the ruin. And when you kind of go up this walkway, you want to turn to the left right here. So just follow this way. And just follow this mountainside, like this cliff. And when you follow it, you will come across this ruin. Right here. We have, if I can get to it, there we go. There's a bit of noise in background, but that's fine. Rockwell number 13 at 27.6 by 55. This next one also doesn't have a ruin, so it's going to be a little tricky to find. But we're going to head to this little lake, or the remainder of the river, I guess we could say. Right here. So this is the coordinates. Very easy and distinctive because it has sort of a waterfall going right here. Looks pretty cool. And when you look towards the desert right there, which would be like north. Okay, so if you look north and you look then to the kind of east, you can see that there's like this ledge thing that's formed right here on the side of it. So you want to go on top of that right here, and then you can see there's obviously another kind of cliff forming further back. Go to the end, or like to the bottom of this cliff on top of that ledge, and just follow the edge, and you should eventually come across the note. And there it is, in kind of this little corner. You can also see that there is a big walkway going up there on the other side of the canyon. Rockwell number 26 at 25.6 by 52.6. And then from this ledge, there's the note right there. Next ruin, pretty easy to find. Just continue following this cliff from that note that we did on the past one, on this ledge. It'll eventually come to a close, so just jump down. And straight ahead is another ruin with Helena Note number 17, I believe it is, if I remember. Yeah. 23.2 by 52.2. There we go. Then, again, I'm sorry that it's a bit up and down these big, massive cliffs here, but we're heading back up the cliff, directly up from that ruin. So this one is easiest to follow me, at least, when you're using a flyer. But literally, right on top of this cliff, you kind of want to land here. This is the surrounding. You can use this bridge if you want to. It's the last bridge before the desert. So when you're here, on this bridge, very close to that ruin, and you're looking towards that mountain, not that, but this one, take a left, like diagonally left. I'm stuck between rocks, that's excellent. Just go to the left, kind of follow the edge of the mountain, and you come across another ruin. And that is Helena Note number 8 at 23.4 by 53.2. And for the next one, this one also doesn't have a ruin, but we'll navigate. Again, the last bridge before the desert. This time you want to turn the other way, run towards these cliff things. Kind of looks like seashells. Take a right turn, and you see a little ledge right there. When you turn again to the right from the bridge. And if you look on top of that ledge at the very end, there's a little lonely note here. Helena Note number 30 at 23.8 by 48.8. Okay, and then we have another note. This time we're going to kind of make our way down the canyon, again, like that way. But now we're kind of on the other side. And this one is on the very top, so you gotta go from there and up and around if you're gonna do this on land. But if you have a flyer, it's very easy. So if you look down, you can see the waterfall and the lake right there. And pretty much directly up from the waterfall, if you stand right here, if you look right up, you can barely see the ruin. Grapple up or something. And there's a pretty sizable ruin here. It's very easy to see from the top, but from the canyon, it's kind of hard. And that's Rockwell number 11 at 28.3 by 49.7. And if you want to know the surrounding area, like what it looks like from the top, then this is it. It's not as distinctive as from the canyon, because when you're in the canyon, you can just use that waterfall, which is the most outstanding feature of this area. Okay, so for this final one, this was the trickiest one to find because it is in the middle of nowhere, no ruin or anything. But I'm gonna try my best here. So we start off, you know, in the canyon area. You can see the ruin that we were just at in the distance there. Just follow the cliff edge right here. Follow the cliff edge and kind of keep your eye inland. And eventually you should come to a water source right there. So if you walk the cliff and you look inland, you should see a water source eventually. And then you want to basically kind of turn around a little bit. You can see there are some big rocks. There's a big diagonal rock there. There's a smaller one right here. And then there is another one behind these thorny trees. Diagonal rock right there, very close to the cliff. And there we have a Rockwell note just in the middle of nowhere. It is Rockwell number 29 at 32.2 by 48.8. And with that, we've covered all of today's notes. If you did find this one helpful, please like and subscribe. Again, it means a lot. It helps me out a lot as well. And I'm very sorry that we were kind of up and down the canyon walls here. It might be hard if you're on foot, but hopefully at least you can use this at some point in your playthrough. But anyways, that's enough. So hopefully I'll see you again soon, and bye-bye.